Good morning. Happy Monday. Uh, I was texting my friend from seventh grade. When I moved to Cupertino, the first person that came up and talked to me was Chandra Permal. I was putting on this big, huge decal. It's like this big of KOME on my binder. And he's like, KOME, Dr. Demento. And that sparked our friendship for many, many, many years. It's been way too long. And Chandra Permal, happy birthday. Happy 28th birthday again. All right. Today's talk is about lowballers. Lowballers are going to lowball. That's just the way it is. And in this market, you're going to get a lot of houses that get offers with lowball offers. Even in the past times, even when it was crazy hot, like crazy market, you would get lowball offers because the sellers or the buyers would say, what the hell? I don't care. I mean, what's it? It's going to cost me 20 minutes to fill out a form and put it out there and see what happens. And I get that. I totally understand that. But uh, here's the thing. There's still buyers that are out there that are willing to pay a good price for a house. And I understand that now today it's a good time for buyers to take advantage of this market. There's a whole lot less buyers in the market today. I can attest to that. I had open houses this weekend. We had on Saturday, I hosted on my listing down here in Blossom Valley. We're going to show that in a minute. I had 13. And then yesterday, during the rain, during the downpour, we had 8 sets of people, which, granted, it wasn't 50 and 60 sets of people. Those days are no longer going to happen. Not for a while, at least, I think, until the market comes back or what have you. But right now, the market is resetting. We're contracting prices a little bit, which we have. We're seeing houses stay on market a little bit longer, but good agents know how to negotiate and work together and come together so that buyers and sellers win. You're not going to get $500,000 over asking price. And quite frankly, I don't think that that was fair to buyers back then. It is what it is. I understand. But when you get caught up in the heat, you wind up spending $500,000 more for a house. There's going to be some buyer's remorse. And I can tell you that right now we're seeing the repercussions on that back end where some buyers are saying, hey, I feel like I was coerced, or I felt like you pushed me into this. And that's kind of why I never push people into houses, because I want to make sure that we're going to get them into the right house for them at the right price. And I don't bully people. Some agents do that. I just don't do that. And I'm not here to make names. Um, it's like the wild west right now because there's no definition of what rules are working, and there's no definition of rules that are not working. So I have offers on both my houses that I have listed. I have another listing that's coming up, and I'm working with buyers right now, and we're writing offers, and we're trying to negotiate and try to work. And the best thing for agents to do is get on the phone and talk today. Back when there was 23 to 40 offers, it was just really impossible for you to call everybody and say, hey, this is where you need to be. If you can't do it, I understand, but it is what it is. You can't do that because you can't just call 40 people in 30 minutes. It's just not possible. Today, we have a lot less going on. It's slower. We take the time to work and build rapport and understand if we can trust that agent on the other side, because that is hugely important right now because houses are falling out of contract. If I have a local agent and I have this little spidey sense that I can't trust her or him or whatever, I will let my sellers know that, or my buyers know that. Right? I've been on the phone all day. I've been up since 5:30. I had a meeting at 6, but I've been calling agents for other deals for what went on this weekend, just kind of close things up or just get things started. And I need to talk to those agents. I need to talk to people so that we have those conversations, so that we have that rapport and we can build the trust that we know that we're going to make it easy and smooth for the buyer and the seller. And that's important, especially in the next coming months. In the next year or two, we need to regain our foundation of serving our clients, which I see that's not happening a whole lot with other agents, but that's okay. That's not really what we're here to talk about. I'm getting offers. I have, insultingly low offers on my houses, on my listings, and not that I get insulted, I don't, but my sellers will get insulted, especially if it comes in at, you know, 200, $300,000 less. I get it. You're testing the waters, but here's the thing, if you're gonna insult somebody like that, chances are they're not gonna respond. And what that shows me and my sellers is if you're writing an offer like that, you're not coaching your client as to what a responsible and respectable offer is so that you can actually make that happen. So when you throw in that offer and I see that, I go right away. I make a judgment. That person's desperate for work. They're going to do whatever they can, and they're just going to be like, I don't know. I need to write an offer because I need to put money on, or put food on my table. I understand that there's some sort of desperation, but when you're in the market, when you're in the business as long as I am, there's good times and bad times. When the good times are good, you take the money and you stack it away for 10 times. And that's just the way it is. You run a business, and that's real estate. That's real estate 102. When you're finally up and running business, getting business, you take a chunk of that money and put it away for a rainy day. Hopefully it's not super rainy today. I went back up in the mountains this weekend, and it was glorious. It's so nice and beautiful up there. We saw this one house, and my clients almost fell in the house because of a cat. This cat just attached onto everybody. It was such a friendly cat. It's so funny. And he just wanted to like be around everybody. So she picked him up and was petting him, and he was just like loving it. And the husband went down and started walking through a ravine, and the cat followed him. I was like, man, that is such a cool cat. I wish I had my dogs did that. My dogs don't follow me. They do. I'm just teasing. So it was a really fun time, and it was wet as all get out, but not as wet as it has been. I've been out there where I was drenched all the way down to my undergarments. Just yeah, crazy. And I had rain gear. Just kind of part of what's going on. So going back to the listings, if you're going to drop a low offer, that's what the whole title of this is, right? If you're going to drop a lowball offer, you need to find out a little bit more about what the seller is about. If they're in a desperate situation and the market's been on market for, I don't know, 100 days, and they need to sell, they have some sort of motivation to get into it. But if you drop a lowball offer in 5 days and the seller doesn't have to sell, I mean, if you have more than 5% equity in the house, you don't have to sell. There's no desperation. There's no reason for you to do what you're going to do, and which is basically smack and glove across the face of the person that you're trying to buy something from. And that puts a big deep line in the sand, saying, "I'm not going to deal with you. Thank you, but no thank you, but no response." And I understand. I totally understand. It's a negotiation ploy. I don't get emotional from it, but a seller will get emotional from it, and it's not really a thing. What it shows us is that you're not experienced in this market, and you're figuring, "Hey, I'm just gonna throw out 15 offers and one of them is gonna stick." Absolutely, but you're also creating a name for yourself. So just keep that in mind. Um, there you go. Oh, so last thing, and I know this is added, this right here, I wanna share this with you really quick. These states have the top growth, and I'm gonna share this with you. Hang on. There we go. There you go. Had the top growth for U-Haul moves out of California, or in not just California, but out of different states. So this is since 2016. I thought it was a really fun little graphic for you to take a look at. See how who's growing where. Maybe that'll give you an inkling. If you're deciding to move out of California for whatever reason, or move out of state or whatever state you're in, those are the top 3 different areas people are moving to. Tennessee actually fell back for a little bit. That's weird. So my parents moved to Tennessee. I have brothers that live in Alabama and Georgia. I have a lot of friends and agents that I know that live in Georgia and Florida. A lot of people are moving to Texas, but where people are really moving, it's not hugely talked about here, is Idaho. There's Ohio, Indiana. That's all. Well, there's Idaho a little bit, just a little tiny bit. Although got a little popular there for a little bit, so I can calm that down. Um, but yeah, so the idea here is people are moving out. And it's not just California. People aren't just mass exiting out of California. Some people are moving out from other states, Montana. Maybe they don't like the mountains. They want to go to Arizona. Who knows? But those are the top few places people move to. It's amazing that Tennessee got so popular. That's actually about when my parents moved in Florida. And I just talked to a guy who is north of Tampa in Florida, and he did a pros and cons about moving to Florida. And one of the things that stuck in my mind was the high cost of taxes. You're like, well, Vito, there's no income tax. No, there's not. But there's high sales tax and high property tax. The property tax kills you. And there's no Proposition 13, which keeps it at the price that you pay plus 1%, 2% every, well, yeah, 2% growth every year. There's a homestead thing where after you turn 55 or I don't know, I'm not an expert in Florida, but if you move to Florida and you're of age, then your price, the cost basis, your taxable basis stops accumulating. And I think that's the same thing in Texas too, which is why Texas is very attractive to a lot of people. You save on property tax, you save on, well, property tax is a lot more expensive. But anyway, so I thought I'd share that with you. Let me get back to just my nasty headshot. Been a busy week. I didn't even get to go to the gym yet. I'm out right now. I'm Vito Scarnecchia with the Avitano Group, powered by Compass. Go Saints.